Okay, I'm using Zoom. I don't know if this is appearing, but I'm definitely using Zoom to record because I didn't find a way to record with my screen. I know there are other ways, but I don't know how to use them. Not yet, at least. Okay, let me show you some examples. So, uh, let me, here you go. Okay, so we have an example here for cause and effect paragraph, the one that has the effect first and is focused only on the causes. So air pollution is perhaps the most devastating form of pollution since it destroys a resource that every life form as we know it needs to sustain itself. That's the first idea. Then the effects. The effects of this menace, both immediate and far-ranging, are easy to summarize: unbreathable air. Causes, however, need some more inspection. So what's in the red brackets is the effect. Now let's get to the causes. One important thing you have to note is that you can use transitions and connectors for compare and contrast, even in a paragraph that's not for compare and contrast. So that's what I'm telling you. Do not be afraid to use what you already know. Okay, so let's go with the causes. Every citizen who drives a car that is not properly serviced and that does not have an emission control devices is contributing noxious gases into the atmosphere. That's one cause. Then, large industries that do not have filtration mechanisms on their smokestacks are also contributors. Every government which does not, sorry, I skipped the period. We have cost too. Every government which does not pass or passes but does not enforce strict air pollution legislation is also destroying the atmosphere. One may wonder why these three aspects of society are so cavalier about the air they breathe. Well, there is an underlying cause which motivates all three groups: money. Legislation and enforcement of laws, installation and maintenance of filtration systems cost money. The majority of these three groups seems to content to save a bit of money now and to sacrifice an invaluable commodity later. So the ones in purple are the causes. What's written afterwards, which I will use blue for it, is a conclusion. It's an inference made up based upon the information they have. So they have a concluding sentence based on what they inferred of the causes. So make sure it's a little iffy as like if, to say the least, because it doesn't have like more information to sustain that idea, but it is a way to put it. Make sure that when you write your own paragraph, you use your conclusion is more fairly supported by evidence or by what you're saying. But okay, this is one way to write a compare and contrast paragraph. So not compare and contrast, cause and effect. Then we have method number 2. I don't know if I did say them correctly. I'm in the same order as when I when I explained through video, but either way, it still makes sense. The structure is the same. Okay, so let's use red. Sorry, I lost my pencil. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay. The second method is when you focus on the effects. So here's an example. Same topic. Air pollution is perhaps the most devastating type of pollution because it destroys a resource every life form as we know it needs to sustain itself. Here we have the cause. The cause of this menace is a century or so of among unconcern among individual citizens, large corporations, and governments. Here we have the cause. We have, in this case, we're focusing on the effects. The effects of disregarding the warning signs of present lifestyles and determine the future. Now, people are only inconvenienced by air pollution. Large urban areas such as Los Angeles, which sounds weird, have pollution alerts which warn elderly people and those with pulmonary diseases to stay indoors. For those intrepid enough to venture outdoors, alerts mean stinging eyes, irritated sinuses, scratchy throats. Even though people living outside large urban areas are seldom inconvenienced today, no one should be complacent about what the future holds. If pollutants keep building up in the atmosphere at present rates, a few years into the 21st century, we'll find the delicate layers of the atmosphere are so damaged as to admit the sun's ultraviolet rays full throttle, or the atmosphere will be so clogged with pollutants that not enough of the sun's warming waves will filter through support life. That's another effect. Whatever happens in the upper air, the city streets will surely be non-negotiable without a gas mask. Oh boy. And every home will have to have special filtration systems to make the air breathable. Without strict controls on polluters, today's inconveniences will only be a few years into the 21st century. Sorry, I forgot my reading glasses. We'll find the delicate layers of the atmosphere so damaged as admit the sense ultraviolet full throttle or the atmosphere. I think they repeated. Yeah. Yeah. They repeated it and it got me. It got me. It got me off. Yeah. It was weird. Sorry. They repeated and it took me off guard. Point is, we have 1, 2, 3 effects with many details, of course, and we have a concluding sentence relevant to what was said before. So as you can see, you have 2 ways of writing. Well, 3 if you count the other one that's cause effect 1, cause effect 2, and cause effect 3. Which again, it's viable. You just have to make sure that your paragraph is balanced. Actually, this one's missing more transitions and connectors, so make sure to use them. Don't be afraid. I mean, you need to use them in order to practice, and practice makes perfect. So use this opportunity. If you have any doubts, I'll be connected through Zoom, and I'll leave the link on Blackboard if you. Okay. Have a nice day.